Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Jayla. So, you guys, you're not asking for too much. You are not asking for too much. You're asking the wrong people. That's the issue. The only issue is that you're asking the wrong person. You're asking the wrong person. You're asking the wrong man. You're asking the wrong friend. You're asking the wrong parent. You're asking the wrong boss. You're asking the wrong people for the wrong, you're not asking for too much. You're not asking for too much. I promise you are not asking for too much. Anything that you want out of this life, you can have it. That doesn't mean that this person that is in your reality right now in this point in time is going to be able to give it to you, though. Okay, sometimes people, they like to say, I'm trying my best. I'm doing everything I can to try to, be my best for you. I'm trying to do everything in my power to, be what you want me to be, to do what you want me to do, to show up in the way that you want me to show up. Sometimes that's just not enough. Sometimes people's best is not enough. Sometimes people doing what they think is good for you is not enough. It's not what you need. It's not what you actually want out of life. And that's okay. That is okay. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. Okay. You can meet them exactly where they are, and you can meet yourself where you are. You are in a different space than they are in, and that's fine. Not everybody is aligned in a way that they can provide exactly what another person needs. Fundamentally, it just doesn't make sense. Logically, it doesn't make sense. Not everybody can be everything for everyone. Sometimes you just have to come to that conclusion, come to that space where you really realize that it's not going to work out. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And you can either just accept it for what it is. You can just sit there and be like, well, I asked for this, that, and they're not going to be able to give me this, that. Am I okay with that? Am I okay with sitting here and continuing whatever it is with this person? Or am I going to pick up and move on and go ask someone else that can actually provide that for me? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Are you comfortable with not having that in your life? Are you comfortable? Is it something that is negotiable? Is it something that you guys can work around? Is it something that you can have a compromise on? If not, then you need to realize that it's just not going to cut it. It's just not going to happen. And it might suck because you really wanted it to come from this specific person, but maybe this specific person, it's just not they're not it. They're not it. They're just not it. Okay. If you're asking for something from someone and it's something as simple as I want you to respect my boundaries, and they just, no matter what, they just can't seem to respect your boundaries. Well, I don't know. It seems a little obvious to me, but maybe I know. Sometimes we're like, well, they're trying their best. They keep saying that they're doing all this effort, they're putting in all this work to try to be what I want them to be. They're doing their best. Their best just isn't good enough. Their best just isn't cutting it. If their best means that they can't respect you, I'm sorry, babe, but it's time to move on. If their best is that they don't know how to respect your boundaries, then time to hit the door. If their best is that they keep continuing to make the same mistake over and over and over again, and they keep apologizing and keep saying that they're doing this, that, and third to try to change and be a better person, it's time to dip out. It's time to get the stuff and it's time to go. It's obviously not just gonna happen. Some people, they just don't change. They're just not good people. Sometimes people, they just can't do what we need from them. They just can't. They just don't have the capacity. They just don't have the capacity within themselves. They just don't have the desire to want to be that. They just don't have the desire. We can want something so bad for another person, even if it's something outside of ourselves. We can want this person to be such a great person. We see so much potential in them. We just know that if they really put themselves to the test, if they really just push themselves a little bit more, if they really just put in some effort, they really just had some self-reflection, had some self-awareness, they would be whoa, they would be going crazy. They would be so successful. They would have so much going for them. But they just don't want it for themselves. They don't want it for themselves. They don't want it for you, and they don't want it for themselves. And you have to understand, and you have to meet that. You have to realize that that is not a personal attack. That is not something that you did personally to make it to where they can't just show up for themselves, show up for you. That has nothing to do with you. That's all on them. If they don't want it, they don't want it. If they don't want it, they don't want it. You have to just accept things for how they are sometimes, and it sucks so much, but you have to know that, like, sometimes people are just comfortable where they are. They're okay with how they are. And that can be a hard pill to swallow, because you know that there is so much better out there. You know that they could be doing so much better. They could be doing so much better for you. And they don't want to. And you think that there's something wrong with you personally, and there's not. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you personally just because someone doesn't have it within themselves to do better. Okay, like, I know it's so hard because you keep thinking to yourself, like, maybe if I do this, maybe if I tell them this, maybe if I just, like, help them with this, and that, there's nothing you can do. It's out of your hands. It's out of your hands. It is all, the ball is in their court. The ball is in their court, and they're not in their head's not in the game. Their head is not in the game. Like, they don't want it. They don't want to. If they wanted to do better for you, they would. They would, because you know that if they came to you and said that I need you to do this, and that would make me feel so much more comfortable, so much more respected, so much more loved, so much more seen, that you would do it in a heartbeat. You would try your best in a heartbeat. Not everybody has that same kind of mentality. They don't want to. They don't think that there's anything wrong that they're actually doing, and they're going to keep saying that they're actually doing something just so they can keep you around. They just want to keep you around for a little bit longer because they love your energy. They love being around you. They love having you. They love the act of having you. But they don't actually want to do anything to keep you. They don't want to actually do anything to make you feel seen, to make you feel valued, to make you feel worthy as a human being, as just a person. Like, forget if it's a friendship, forget if it's a relationship. They just don't fundamentally respect you as a human being. And that's just not okay. You just have to know that that's not okay. It's not. It's so difficult to wrap your head around how these people operate. How can they possibly think that this is okay to be like this? And it's not. It's just not. And you have to, like, it's not your job to make them see what they're doing wrong. It's not your job to sit down and be like, you keep doing this and this and this, and it's not aligning to what we discussed. Like, I told you that I needed this from you, and you're saying that you're doing it, but I'm not seeing it. And instead, I want you to do this, and that would really help me out. You don't need to do that. You don't need to help. You don't need to be their therapist. You don't need to, like, sit down and have a discussion. You don't need to over explain yourself. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to say anything. The first time that somebody, like, doesn't listen to what you are saying, that doesn't show up in the way that they need to be showing up, that doesn't put any action into their words, you don't owe them anything. You can just go. You can literally just go. There's nothing keeping you there. You have no kind of, there's nothing, like, you don't have to put all this energy. You're already putting so much energy into this person. You're already putting so much time, so much energy into this thing, and now you want to put more energy into it? You think that's really going to help out? No, it's not going to help out. All you're doing is making this person have more power over you, more power over your mind, more power over your heart, over your spirit. They're dimming you down. They're bringing you down to their level because they want to make you more malleable. They want to make sure that you are more easily to be manipulated. The more desperate that you are to try to get this person to see what you want them to see, to be what you want them to be, the more they're just not going to do it. They're just not going to care. They're not going to care. They already know how to treat you. They already know how to dress you. They already know how to speak to you. They already know right from wrong. They just don't want to do the right. They just don't want to do it. It's just as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And you have to know that that doesn't diminish anything about you. You are still just as amazing of a human being as you were before them. And you still will be after them. Just know that you are not asking for too much. You're never asking for too much of anybody. If you feel in your spirit that you need to be asking something from someone and they're not meeting it, meet them where they are. Meet them exactly where they are. We like to put so much emphasis in the potential of people instead of like the actual reality of who this person actually is. We're not thinking about potential. We're not thinking about fantasies. We're not thinking about scenarios. We're not thinking about any of that. We are thinking about reality. We are rooted in reality. If this person is not actually in this 3D world how you want them to be, if they're not actually in this 3D world doing what they're supposed to be doing, you need to take that as it is. That's reality. That's the reality, not whatever kind of idea you have concocted in your head, not whatever kind of potential you see with this person, whatever kind of potential you see that this person could be. That is not reality. That's not reality. That's just a fantasy that you have going on in your head to make you feel better, to make you feel better about the situation, make you feel better about why this person is doing what they're doing, because you think, well, I just have to like deal with it for now, and then after that, they're going to become this. They're not going to become this, because that's not who they are. That's not who they are. That's what you think that they are. That's you. Like, that's a reflection of you. Any kind of potential that you see in someone else is a mirror of what you see within yourself. If you think that this person could end up being such a successful, kind, caring, just loving, abundant person, that's you. You see yourself in that way. You only can think up things that you already are familiar with. You already are that kind of person. So you see that within other people, even if they aren't actually like that. They're not actually that kind of person. That's you. You see yourself in them. You're trying to put yourself in their shoes. You're trying to put yourself in their perspective. You're trying to think, if I was in their shoes, if I was living their life, I'd be doing this, this, and this. You're not them. You're not them. You're just not. You're not them. And you have to realize that it's okay. It's okay. Some people, they're just going to be how they are. They're just going to be how they are. Not everyone can have such a bright light. Not everyone can be such a loving, kind, embracive, welcoming, friendly person. It's just not, the world doesn't operate like that. The world doesn't work like that. I'm so sorry, but it's just not like that. Not everybody wants to be there for others. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to put in the work. Not everybody wants to embrace other people like that. Just because you do, just because you have a big heart and you want to do your best all the time, doesn't mean that everybody is like that. Not everybody thinks like that. It's okay. I promise you it is okay. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to another video with me, and I will see you in the next one. Hope you guys have a great night, day, whatever it is for you, and I will see you later. Bye, you guys.